Hi guys, today we are going to study some things about ADB. Not all things. We study only the things which are important for exam. We study for exam purpose. Okay, why ADB was new in news? ADB was recently in news because India has borrowed a $5 billion loan from ADB. So it is in dollar. It's very important to know it's a dollar or in a rupee. So it is in a dollar. Okay. Why India borrowed the 5 billion? Because as we know, presently India is facing a pandemic called COVID-19, which is getting severe day by day, and India need a fund to fight against this. So India has planned to borrow some loan, and it is 5 billion from ADB. So that was the purpose of it. And why ADB is important for our exams? Because UPSC or any other exams, it is always important to know about international organizations or institutions or banks which are in news. Actually, the UPSC asks the questions which are in news. Okay, here in this video we study about all information about ADB which is important for our exams. And there is another importance: why countries borrows in dollars. Why? Again, it is a big issue, or we can say there is some reason behind that. It is related to import and exports, so we can do another video for that. Next, okay, when we study about ADB, ADB was founded in 1966, and it was around maybe December 19, and headquarters has Manila, Philippines. And important is objective. UPSC always focuses on objectives, and it's important to know objectives. Okay, because in some statements they can change this. Actually, it is a real objective of it is to promote social and economic development in Asia. Now the question arises: is it only for the Asia? No, because it admits the members of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific. Here we see the Pacific. It includes the Pacific countries. Means we know the Pacific Ocean, and the nations which has its borders in a Pacific Ocean. So it includes all those countries also. Example is Japan, and USA is also there in this. And non-regional, and it includes non-regional developed countries also. The company maintains 31 field offices around the world, so it is not limited to Asia. That's the thing we should know in this thing. That is the importance of this line, and it is not only for Asia. It is focused. And how many countries are there? At present, there are 68 countries in ADB, under ADB, which have membership under the ADB. At the establishment time, it had 31 countries. Next, here we come across the motto of ADB. Why it is important to know the motto of ADB? But it can be the one of the questions, because here we may get confused by this thing. When this statement is given, we tend to make a mistake, because here there is poverty is included. To eradicate extreme poverty is included. If this is given, we may eliminate this. There are chances of eliminating these statements. So it is important to know this also. That is, it is committed to achieving a prosperous, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable Asia and Pacific, while sustaining its effort to eradicate extreme poverty. Okay. And very important thing we should know is it is modeled on the World Bank. Okay, modeled on the World Bank means the things are the procedures of a voting system, and it's not only the voting system. That's a just an example to show the similarity between the World Bank and ADB. There are many things which are similar to World Bank as it is modeled on World Bank itself. So next, ADB is also official UN observer. This makes ADB more important. This gives more power to the ADB. So next, so it is, there are shares of the countries in the ADB. Why it is important to know the shares of the countries? Is it really important to know these numbers 15.677 and 15.567 and China? No, it's not important to know the numbers. Rather, it is very important to know which comes first and what is the difference between the Japan and USA. It's very marginal. It's very almost similar, you can say, but not same. But Japan is the highest. And when you see USA and China, which is third, you see the difference between that. Almost it is 10% or a 9% difference is there. That is a huge difference. So we come across this again afterwards, but it is very important to know Japan is the highest contributor to this ADB. But here we tend to do the mistake here. Why? If the one of the statement is given that China is the highest contributor to this ADB, if we don't know this number, or if we don't know that fact that Japan is the highest shareholder in the ADB, we may do the mistake, as we always see that in the news that China is a dominant country in the Asia, and by the name it's the Asian Development Bank. So there are chances that we may do mistakes. These are silly mistakes. We should avoid this. So India comes after China, and afterwards Australia. The numbers are not 15%, 6%, 6%, 5%. These are not important, but it is very important to know the importance of this shareholding that we come across afterwards. Okay. Next, the focus areas. It is also important because it is not focusing just on the infrastructure or just investments in the rural or urban areas or development works. It's not that thing. Rather than it has a focus areas in education sector and environmental, climate change, disaster management, financial sector area development, infrastructure, regional cooperation and integration, private sector lending. For a prelims perspective, it is enough if you know the thing that it is educational. It is also covers education as a focus areas and environment, climate change and disaster risk management. The second point is very important as because if we see the Asian Development Bank and if the statement, one of the statement is given in the exam that or a prelims, that it has a focus area on environmental, climate change and disaster risk management. We may eliminate this because we often most oftenly we see in the news which it always gives money on developmental works. Now it has given on a pandemic, we can make it correct. So it is important, and point one is also very important. It supports the educations. Okay, there are very undeveloped countries in the Asia or South Asian countries which need the fund for the education, so that is also important. It is very important to know all these points. And coming to the criticism, Yeah, why there was a slide in this one slide. Why I kept this highest? I told we will discuss later. So it is coming to the criticism. Extensive dominance of the USA and Japan. That is evident here also in this slide. That see the shareholding or contributions of their contribution of Japan and USA in ADB. See the contributions, size of the contributions, and the difference between the USA and China is also very large. And so it obviously it will it is extensive dominance is there in of USA and Japan in ADB, and which is one of the fact which shows that, and which is evident that high USA and Japan are dominant factors in this ADB. The president of ADB, he always has been Japanese. So I'm not saying that if Japanese president is there, he will do all the things for Japan. No, that won't happen. But somewhere he may favor the Japanese, and the foreign policies of a Japanese. There are always some clash between Japan and China, or not particularly China. There may be any country, and that foreign policy may influence on this actions of the ADB. And there are many criticisms actually, but the important one we can put here is again there is a second point that UNEP sometimes criticized ADB has a much growth has been bypassed more than 70% of a rural population. What it means? It means that the whatever ADB is investing in the many countries is not reaching rural areas or rural population. So that is the issue. Means it is only addressing the urbanization. What does urbanization do? Urbanization makes the migrants from people of rural areas to move towards the urban areas. So there is a regional disparity between those. So this is again negative criticism of that, and this criticism from UNEP was accepted by the UN. That is again important. The third point, the larger scale projects cause social and environmental damage due to lack of oversight. What it means, ADB normally invest in many countries, but it lacks the sight of a social and environmental damage. Means it underestimates the social problems of that particular region or country, and it underestimates particular damage it does on an environment. That is the meaning of this. Okay, the best example for this is Thailand's Mae Mo coal-fired power station. You can, if you want this, study this example. You can Google it out, and as it takes a simply time for me to, and video will be lengthy. Okay, these are some important points about this. Thanks for viewing this video. It was the first attempt by me to do these videos, and if you like it, or if you don't like it, please mention what are the improvements I need to do. I know still I need to improve very much, and please share it. Okay, thank you.